Back in the day, everybody tried getting a piece of that Nintendo pie. And I mean everybody, including organized religion. Enter Wisdom Tree. Also, enter this game, Spiritual Warfare. One of Wisdom Tree's many games that they're behind. With that said, oh God, make haste to help me review this religious video game. This is Spiritual Warfare, a religious RPG game by Wisdom Tree that resembles Legend of Zelda. Now, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, you might be wondering, what is Wisdom Tree? Most retro gamers and enthusiasts are familiar with Wisdom Tree, but for the majority of society, it may not be as well known. In 1990, a developer known as Color Dreams decided to throw their hat into a virtually untapped market, developing biblical video games for the NES. This was due to the fact that many game retailers refused to do business with any developers who were releasing unlicensed games. This was because Nintendo refused to deal with retailers who sold unlicensed NES games, making it very difficult for developers like Color Dreams and Tengen to sell their games. Color Dreams was able to find a workaround by having Christian bookstores sell their products, thus having a new channel to sell their games under the new label of Wisdom Tree. Fortunately for them, Nintendo never filed a lawsuit against them for use of a lockout chip bypass system, and they eventually started making biblical games for other consoles. Till this day, they're still around releasing games, mostly on their website releasing their old NES games for emulation. Developed and released in 1992 by Wisdom Tree, you already know. Spiritual Warfare is a biblical RPG game that's similar to Legend of Zelda. You play as a young child who has been chosen by God himself to defeat demons that have invaded your town, as well as converting the townspeople back to their old Christian selves by using pears, grapes, bananas, and... Is this my fucking shopping list? What kind of weapons are these? This is bullshit. It was also released for the Sega Genesis and PC. Now that we got history out of the way, let's pop this son of a bitch in and play it. What the hell? Oh, come on. The cart doesn't even fit right when you slide it into the console. They couldn't even get the cart shape down. I've got a bad feeling about this. The title screen looks like a 1980s rock album cover. You have a flaming sword, the word war on it, and apparently it's version 6.1. Nah, never mind. The music is tacky and sucks the awesomeness out of the whole thing. Now it's time to enter your name. Apparently SushiRobo is too long, so I guess my name today is SushiRob. Yeah. Alright, let's jump right into the game. And holy mother of God. The graphics, they're fucking ugly. The color palette is as vibrant as a pile of rotting corpses. Okay, now I need a weapon. Oh look, a cave! Wow, this is almost familiar. You got a cave with an NPC waiting for you. And your first weapon, almost like, you know, that one game. Okay, I'm not going to make very many comparisons to Legend of Zelda. Mostly because we'd be here all day, and I don't have the patience. The first enemies you encounter in this game will be knife-wielding cholos. Wait, what? Oh, that's nice. Send me on a crusade against knife-wielding gangsters, and you give me fruit. What the hell am I supposed to do with fruit? How about an M4 carbine or something? So what do you do with the fruit? You launch it at their heads and beat them down till they fall to their knees and pray for forgiveness. Yeah, that's how you convert the non-believers. So what's the substance of the game anyways? Well, there really isn't any. But you get to go on some cool quests. I say quests loosely, as they're really just errands. You have to complete them to acquire equipment, and you have to acquire equipment to progress to the other parts of the game. While on a quest, random angels pop up and force you to answer a question about the Bible. No wait, make that questions. I guess this is where Spiritual Warfare sets itself apart from Zelda, but not in a good way though. Man, I am the fucking Bible master. Almost done with this quest, then I can continue the game. Just got to get the belt of truth. Once you get the belt, you can continue to the streets. And it just hit me. This game is painfully boring. I really can't put my finger on it, but there really isn't anything for me to put my finger on. This game has no substance, and it comes off feeling really empty. It's like an abandoned amusement park. You know there was fun there at one point in time. Now, there's just decaying rides. An empty swing set swaying in the wind, with the ghostly sounds of children laughing in the distance. Sorry, little Timmy, but this game is too boring for me to continue. Looks like your town is going to stay being overrun by demons. When it comes to controls, they're good, but they have a slightly sluggish response time. But after a while, you'll get used to it, and your character movement will become easy to handle. As for music and sound, it's very basic. You do get a variety of songs, but somehow they all sound the same. What's worse, it doesn't stop. And sound effects are so plain, they go virtually unnoticed during gameplay. So what do I ultimately have to say about this game? The only word that comes to mind is meh. It's boring and has no entertainment factor, even for religious people. It's almost like a cheap cash out on that religious grandmother looking to introduce her grandchildren to Christianity. I know they weren't attempting to make a magnum opus, but it doesn't excuse this game for boring me into submission either. This is the first game I've had to say this about, but avoid it. It's for your health. If you want to play an RPG, just play Legend of Zelda. Thank God that's over. Anyways, that was my Spiritual Warfare review. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, give me a like and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.